Hey, it's Tyler from Rehab to Fab Designs, and I'm going to show you how I flip this cute little oak table. We started by scuff sanding the base and completely sanding off the finish on top of the table. We did this using our Surf Prep sander. I decided I wanted to go neutral with this table, so I started by applying 2 coats of Dixie Belle's chalk paint and caviar to the base. Using a high-quality brush will ensure you get a smooth, flawless, streak-free finish. Because the table had a really nice wood grain on top and came clean with sanding, I decided to add Dixie Belle's Pickling white stain to it to bring out the grain, but also leave it a nice neutral color and to tone down that yellow. Make sure you mix your stain well, and then I like to apply mine using a high-density sponge like you see here. Make sure you apply the stain all in one direction, avoiding going both vertical and horizontal. Following the grain is also good practice. For this piece, I could see the boards that were cut in strips, and I actually went in the direction that it was cut. Don't forget to apply your stain around the edges so that this also matches the top. You'll want to work fast when doing this. I like to remove my excess stain using a clean lint-free paper towel, or an old t-shirt also works well. I fold it in half and then use it to wipe across the whole table, and then once I get product on my paper towel or my shirt, then I will flip it again to a clean side and continue wiping until I have nice even tone. And now I'm going to dress up the top with the Mandala Silkscreen stencil. I used the same color that I applied to the base of this table, Caviar by Dixie Belle Paint Company, and applied it using a sponge. This stencil comes with 3 different designs, but what I love most about these stencils is that not only are they reusable, but they also have a sticky back, which helps them stay on the piece that you're about to apply them to, making sure you get a nice clean stamp. When you're ready to apply it, peel the backing off and simply lay your stencil where it is that you're wanting to apply it. You'll want to be sure and center your stencil before applying it. I used a tape measure here to make sure I was in the center of my table. To apply my paint, I'm going to use a high-density sponge here again. I'm going to simply tap it onto the design, being sure not to push or press my sponge, as this can cause you to have leaks under the stencil design itself, resulting in a stencil that is not clean with perfect lines. So just gently apply it by tapping over it with your paint, and just apply a small amount of paint each time, a small amount on your actual sponge and then just a small amount on the stencil itself. And if you need to, you can come back over it and do a second coat. Just be sure not to push or press. As soon as I was done applying my paint, I went ahead and gently lifted one of the corners of the stencil up, and then grabbed the opposing corner and just started kind of lifting it up as I went across, being sure not to smudge it. And now we have a beautiful, perfect stencil with no runs and no lines. Here's the table all finished up, painted again in caviar with a white pickling glaze on top and a mandala stencil stamped on top as well. Thanks for watching.